This is Jack Fletcher Media Productions, Eastside Boxing Gym, Birmingham, with Mr. SHAKAN Pitters. Not long to go now, Shaq.
Nah, not long, man. What is it, 2 weeks now?
Couple of weeks down the line. Your call, Bethnal Green, Frank Warren Promotions, title shot. How's the training camp going?
Brilliant, man. Absolutely good. I've had probably the best camp, definitely. This one I've been getting some great sparring in. Just last week we've just come back from Dubai, training high altitude, so it's been brilliant. Great sparring with many people, different people around the world, different styles, and I just feel sharp and ready.
Yeah, your boxing coach mentioned to me that you bumped into Badu Jack out there.
Yeah, Badu Jack, yeah, lovely person, him and his coach, Coach Chill. But yeah, it's good, man. It's a great experience. My first camp abroad, thanks to my sponsors, Real Boxing Gym only, flew me and my coach and my team out there, put us up in house, us and everything, man. So I had literally the best camp.
Living the dream.
Yeah, some will say that, but literally it wasn't no holiday. Obviously, it was literally retraining, grinding throughout the day. So the only thing I really seen at Dubai was the buildings, you know, the beautiful landscape, the structure. But it was great. Definitely training 40-degree weather. Really good.
So down to business in September. Dex Spellman, you fought him before. You got the victory. You won the Ultimate Boxer Season 2. More rounds this time round. 10-round fight. I think he feels that he can get you into deeper waters. How are you feeling about the fight yourself?
10 rounds. 10 rounds for him, it's 10 rounds for me. I've shown what I could do in 3 rounds. I'll show again what I could do in 10 rounds. You know, it's like people can't bank on me to feel like, oh, he's never done 10 rounds or whatever. I've been preparing really good. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter. People say on the day. It's just, everything's going to plan. I've been sparring in rounds. It doesn't matter. Like, it's 10 rounds for him. We've got the same rounds and everything. So I feel it's just going to be the same result, definitely. And, you know, we're going to come on strong there now.
Do you feel like it's an advantage that you've fought him before then, would you say?
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, there's not much to take out of it. You know, that was, what, last year now? In the fighting game, people are always improving. I know I've definitely improved since that fight, and I didn't show my whole talent since that fight either. I just done the basics what I had to do. So these 10 rounds, a lot of people see the full me, the talent I've got, and you know, the different levels to my game. So yeah, it's good that we share the ring. It doesn't really matter to me. It's what it is, and he's going to come as a new improved fighter. I'm going to come as a new improved fighter, and I'm going to be out there to take the belt, definitely.
I think respect for him for taking the fight. I feel like he could have swerved that. I mean, you must have a lot of admiration for him to agree to that fight.
100%, man. Look, him. There's no trash talking. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him and his team. You know, it shows the tenacity of their camp. You know, they didn't have to take this fight as a first defence. But you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity that Carl Greaves and Dex give me. Carl Greaves is a fantastic trainer. He's doing good in the boxing game, and Dex, you know, is a fighter I respect. You know, his story, his background, and everything. I mean, last time when we faced off, you know, I know from talks, you know, his fans were great, and you know, a lot of them come up to me after, and my fans the same, you know, and it's going to be great. They all get together again today. That's what boxing's about, you know, two good, you know, great fighters or whatever getting together, and the fans, you know, enjoying the fight as well. So yeah.
I mean, 12 fights in, 12 victories, unblemished record, Ultimate Boxer 2 winner, English title shot. It's an amazing time for you. It's an exciting time for you, and this is, you know, well and truly the biggest fight of your career.
Yeah, 100%. You know, Dex a good fighter. He's got a great record. You know, he's very tough. So I expect the best Dex Spellman on the day, and he's definitely going to see the best from me as well.
So your relationship with Dean White then, since he's come on board, how's that panning out?
Really good, man. Dean is doing a lot behind the scenes, co-managing me alongside my manager John Pegg. So you know, he's very knowledgeable in the game. You know, he's just like, again, starting off himself with his own promotion, own management and things. So it's great to have him on board. He's got a lot of good connections. He's not even just that. He's just a great person to have in your corner. He knows, you know, he knows his stuff as well, and he's very knowledgeable. So it's good to have him on board. Definitely working with my team. So
just a bit of background about your starting career in boxing. I mean, what inspired you to get into boxing? I mean, how old was you when you took that first step into a boxing gym?
I was 6 years old. I was playing football, so football was the childhood dream. I was at West Bromwich Albion for 4 or 5 years, from the School of Excellence.
What position?
I was a striker. I used to go and get them goals. You know. But yeah, I started as a striker, then moved me back to centre back. I mean to centre mid, then centre back as I got taller and so on. But football, that was a childhood dream. My dad always had us disciplined in the gym because he was a pro boxer himself. My other brother at the time, Anwar Pitters, was doing amateur boxing. A great schoolboy fighter. Got to the ABA finals many times. Throughout his career, and it's something where I just grown up watching my family do it, my brother, so it's installed in us as a family. I was doing it to, you know, co-train towards my football career, which is great fitness. But 22 is when I first made the step. I wasn't with Eastside then, I was with at Second City, Paddy Farrell, and just started boxing then as an amateur. I think I roughly had about 19 amateurs, something like that, all learning. And then I moved with Eastside mid through my amateur career. And obviously Paul Coonan has done a great job there, just guiding my career now as a professional. It's all going well, obviously. Right now I'm enjoying the journey, and we're just training hard. I love it, I do. Just, you know, put the next man against me, we train hard, we meet, and then, you know, best man wins on the day.
I mean, there's a lot of hype surrounding yourself at the minute, and for good reason as well. Deep in your heart, how far do you feel that you can take your boxing career? What level do you believe that you can get to long term?
I believe I could get very far in it. I've got a great team around me. I've got there's so many hungry fighters here in Eastside, you know, so many, a lot of belt holders, a lot of belt challengers, so there's so much experience in here. Obviously John Pegg as a manager is very knowledgeable. Paul Coonahan, you know, is a great coach, and you know, you just have to see the job they've done with Sam Eggington. You know, he's a young fighter, and you know, they've took Sam from being in the mid, you know, fighting for Midland, someone who just wanted to start his journey on the road, to being signed mid-match room, to then having the British, the WBC international and so on, and now again he's fighting for a title. So you only got to see the job they've done with them fighters. So for me, it's there's a lot of motivation in the gym. It's great to see that, and me seeing that myself is making me put it into action in my career. I'm not looking past anything. I'm not thinking about how great anything. I've got September the 14th to deal with in Dex SPELMAN. He's a good fighter, and I've got to handle that job. After September the 14th, maybe we could talk more about, you know, the next step, how far I'll go. But for me, September 14th is the main focus.
Fantastic. Do you want to thank any sponsors at all, Shak?
Yeah, I've got plenty of them, man. But if you go on my, they see on my kits and that, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've got Beetroots, Designer Jewels, Optimal Physio, Team Des Fitness. I've got PSTV3. Who else?
Not a problem. It happens all the time.
Just see, and you know, there's a lot of good people on board in my career. Power FC, a Sunday League football team as well, on board, doing great things in the football and so on. But I've got many people, man. But I just want to thank my team, and I've got a fantastic team, family and friends. It's important in boxing to have, you know, everything as good, you know, good chemistry.
And you mentioned to me that you've got a daughter as well.
Yeah, I've got a daughter. That's my main drive, my main focus. You know, it's hard at times because, you know, as a fighter, sometimes you've got to put certain things on hold. Exactly. With me, you know, seeing her in time, but it's never going to be in vain, never, because like I said, man, I train, I work my ass off for her. Everything I'm doing is for her, that girl. So when she grows up, you know what I mean, she ain't got to struggle for anything. So right now, ain't nothing going to be in vain. And September 14th, I win that title, and that's the first step for me.
Shak, it's been great talking to you today, and thanks for speaking to Jack Fletcher Media Productions.
Thanks for coming down, man. Pleasure.